Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Rafael's Insights. Welcome. This is going to be the second part to predictions of April 2024. I decided to just film them anyways. I know I said I was going to film them and post them on the first, but I think I'm just going to film them and post them now. So before we do get started, I did open a new store called Candlework, and that store is just so that you can purchase whatever you already know what you need. My Etsy store is still open. I'm probably going to shut it down so I can catch up on orders and fulfill everybody. And then I'm going to reopen it again and figure out some issues that I've been having with the store. So I'm going to probably take off all the product and then I'm going to put it back on once I'm caught up. So just FYI. For my private readings, you can get them in the description below. Follow me on all my platforms. Remember, I do daily horoscopes on my Instagram. There is a new one, so if you're following the old one, you got to follow the new one. But let's get started. We're going to get started with the predictions of April 2024, part 2. So let's get started. The month of April is going to be dominated by the card of the Death card and the card of the Emperor. These two cards here dominate. And it tells me that it's going to be a month of radical changes in terms of political, in terms of people in power, in terms of countries that were oppressed. I see a lot of positive change in Latin America. The positive changes continue in Latin America. I see positive changes coming to Cuba, to Venezuela, to Argentina. Argentina, I see that they're headed in the right direction in terms of those positive changes. But the other thing that the card of the Death card tells us in April's the month of death and rebirth, which tells me that the energy of the Death card is dominating people of power. People who are in power, people who are in power. There's a death coming in terms of political, in terms of someone who was in power or someone who is in power. Not only that, the energy of death is dominating the world of the famous people, the stars. The energy of death is also going to be following famous people. The Pope continues ill. The Pope continues to struggle with his health. And like I said, I see that we're going to be having a new Pope. If it's not this year, it's going to be 2025. But a new Pope is coming soon. He continues to struggle with his health. And I see that he needs to take care of himself because I see strong health issues for him. In Mexico, in the political races, I continue to see violence. I see wars between politicians and people who are running. And I see that in Mexico, I see a lot of violence. I do see a lot of violence in Mexico, a lot of wars in terms of politically and in terms of street affiliated. The other thing that I see in Mexico is that I do visualize and I do see that Claudia Sheinbaum is going to be the next president in Mexico. That as of right now looks like it's going to be her. I'll give you guys another prediction. I believe June, July is when they have the elections, and I'll tell you who wins then. But to me, it's looking like it's going to be Claudia Sheinbaum. With what happened with that bridge that collapsed, I see that it's going to continue to happen. I see that the U.S. is going to continue to be attacked, and I do see that was a terror attack. It's too coincidental that this ship hit that bridge and then all of a sudden it collapsed. I see that there's a war coming to the United States. I see that the United States is going to start being attacked. That what's going on with those aircrafts that have been having issues, it's no coincidence. I see that more bridges are going to be collapsed, or there's going to be terror attacks in bridges, aircrafts, or in public events in public. The Devil's Comet. There's a comet that's called the Devil's Comet that's passing in April. And that Devil's Comet, from what I see, is that it's bringing radical energy. It's bringing the energy of new wars. New wars are coming. I see in my visions more troops being deployed in the U.S. and in general. And I also see that there's a new war that's going to involve the U.S. or that's coming to the U.S. I also see the death of a famous person, either due to a plane crash, a transportation accident, or someone, like a terror attack against their life, someone taking them out. In terms of someone in a group, a singer, or a famous person. With what happened with Karol G, the universe, God always sends warnings. And even if it doesn't happen to her, I still see it happening to somebody. Climate continues to be very radical, very crazy, very unpredictable. The sun starts gaining a lot of power, a lot of strength, which is going to be an immensely hot summer. And we're going to start seeing those temperatures as of now. But the moon is still dominating in terms of it floods, in terms of rain as well. So it's kind of a weird climate. From what I want to tell you guys is that I see fires in the United States. And I see fires in Mexico, Latin America. In Mexico, the fires continue. But I also had a vision of another island on fire. I see an island on fire. It could be Hawaii once again, or a different island. But I see an island on fire, or I see a massive fire. I also see power outages in April as well. So make sure you guys are prepared for power outages, for intense moments of heat or possibly cold. But I would say it's most likely you want to prepare for the heat. But I do see power outages. In terms of Russia and Ukraine, Russia wants to end that war already. I do see that war coming to an end between Russia and Ukraine. But Russia wants to keep all of Ukraine or half of Ukraine. So I do see the war between Russia and Ukraine coming to an end soon. And then on top of which, I see Russia wanting to start a new war. The other thing that I see, Israel, Gaza, Hamas, I do see a ceasefire. But I also see that Israel's going to want to do whatever it wants. Netanyahu's going to want to do whatever it wants. And he's most likely going to invade Rafah. And I see screams of victory, but I'm not necessarily seeing them being from Hamas or Gaza. And in Asia, I see a strong earthquake. I see an earthquake in Asia from 7.2 to between 7.2 to 8.7. So I still see a strong earthquake in Asia. Other than that, you guys, that's pretty much it. Remember to follow Rafael's Insights 123 on Instagram. That's my new Instagram. And check out the description below. You'll find my links to all my social medias. And I do different stuff on all my social medias. Or I try to do different stuff on all my social medias. So definitely follow me on all my social medias. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about. And definitely, I'll continue putting these predictions as long as I have a following. And I'll continue to talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about as long as I have a following. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. And it's always a pleasure. Make sure you guys hit the like button and share it. Bye-bye.